why the lyre is the easiest instrument to learn how to play. When I was a music teacher, I taught a lot of instruments. I taught drums and percussion instruments. I taught ukuleles. I taught recorders and orff instruments and all sorts of other things. A little bit of piano here and there, a little bit of guitar, and there's a lot of things that stop people from playing an instrument. A lot of people say it's a steep learning curve, it takes too long to learn to play. A lot of people, my students would always complain when they were learning the ukulele, that their fingers hurt from pressing down on the frets. And so I am here to tell you that the lyre is the easiest and most accessible instrument to learn, and here is why. Reason number 1. The lyre has no frets, it has no holes to cover. It is a really easy instrument to play because when you are playing chords, you just block the strings you don't want played and strum the rest. So it doesn't take any pressure from your fingers. You don't have to make sure you're hitting it in exactly the right spot. It is very forgiving in that way. So first, no difficult frets or holes to cover or squeaks like you have in the recorder, and no worrying about hitting the drums in exactly the right spot. So that is reason number 1. Reason number 2 is a lot of people say that they don't have big enough hands for the guitar. If you play up here, it does take a little bit more hand span, but you can play it further down where they're closer together, or if you play a 7-string lyre, then the strings are closer together as well. So it doesn't matter how big your hands are. And that's reason number 2. Hand size is not a problem at all. Next reason is no finger strength is needed. I remember the poor little kids with their ukuleles complaining about how sore their fingers were from pressing down on those frets and saying their fingers weren't strong enough, but being able to make chords without needing any sort of finger strength at all makes it a much more accessible instrument. So, no finger strength is required. Practice time. It is an easy instrument to learn how to play. I know that with my guitar, if I go for too long without playing it, I have to build up my calluses again, and so it's important for me to keep playing at least on a semi-regular basis. I can't put it down for a few months and then pick it up and start playing. The lyre I can. I know how to play it. It's easy to learn, easy to play, and it's forgiving if you don't play for a few days or even a few weeks. You can still pick it back up and learn it again. So, easy to learn and forgiving if you don't play it all the time. And if you are interested in learning how to play one, but you don't have the patience or the drive to wait for a historical lyre, there are always the modern lyres. And the modern lyres are quite accessible over Amazon, for example. And so you can start playing it within a day or two. And so they're accessible, they're not that expensive, and so all of the things that people usually complain about, the price of an instrument, how long it takes to get one, how long it takes to learn it, how long it takes to build up calluses, how it's difficult if you don't have big enough fingers, how how you have to figure out exactly where to touch the frets to make it sound good. All those things are things that you don't have to worry about with the lyre. In fact, in the Viking times, the Anglo-Saxon times, the monks of that era, they used to take the lyre and pass it around after dinner, and everyone would take turns playing it. It was that easy that everybody could play at least a little bit, and they would do it and have it either as background music to a poem, or they would sing a little song on it. So I hope that gives you a little bit more knowledge about why the lyre is the best next instrument to learn how to play. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to follow us on YouTube and check out our lyre lessons. And you can start learning how to play the lyre yourself. And we'll see you next time.